Hello, welcome to Teccles Cake. I'm Chris.
I'm Max.
And I'm Lucy.
Oh, that was ace. Today we are talking tech and eating cake, as always, and we're doing phablets.
We are.
So, what have you got? What have you got for us?
Well, I've got the supersized Samsung Galaxy S4. No, not S4, Note 4.
Nice.
I have the supersized iPhone 6 Plus.
Excellent. Right, head
And
to
they
head.
are supersized.
So I figure we just do this like bit by bit.
Okay, yep.
You want to go for it? You want to start?
Yeah, okay. We'll start with design. Now, admittedly, this isn't as nice as the 6 Plus, but I think it's so much more comfortable to hold. It's got like a grippy back panel, faux leather. It's a bit tacky for some, but what it means is, kind of coupled with the flat sides, I can lay in bed and read it without worrying about it smashing into my face, which is what I worry about when I use the 6 Plus.
Already conceding a bit of a point there, though.
Yeah,
That's all right,
it's
okay.
a bit slippery, that old
Thing is, 6 Plus is, I mean, it's, let's see them next to each other first of all. They are pretty much,
Hold on to the camera.
pretty much almost exactly the same in terms of like, but look at that, my edges are slightly thinner for the old Phight 6 Plus. And also mine has a really cool feature on it where, I don't know if you can see this, but obviously I can't touch that with my fingers being here, but if I give it a little double tap, everything slides down, so you can do it all while still holding it. Can you do that anywhere else?
Well, no. The Note 4 can't do that, but Samsung's chucked in like amazing multitasking. So when you hold the back button, it pulls up a menu on the side and you can use Google apps, Samsung apps, and a number of third-party apps, and basically have two apps on the screen at the same time, one at the top, one at the bottom. This can be Facebook, internet, email, YouTube, whatever. So I think that's quite handy. And not only that, you can then drag out another screen, so you've got a pop-up window on top of that. So it's like extreme multitasking, all on a giant 5.7-inch screen.
I love it. I love it. Mm-hmm. But we're getting into the realms of OS here. Let's keep it hardware.
Hardware. Well, I had to fight my corner, you know. You said
What
the
about
screen
camera?
can't keep up.
Let's go for camera.
Okay, well basically...
How are the cameras?
Well, it's got two cameras. I mean, what, you don't need any more, do you?
How good is it? Good quality? What are we
Two
talking?
cameras, yeah. So basically, this one has 8 megapixel, but it's got a better light sensor because it's larger. That's one of the things. The advantage over the iPhone 6 is the light sensor lets in more light and it takes better pictures in dark.
Okay.
And I mean, I haven't seen it side by side with the pictures from that one, but it really does get rid of that grain that you normally get when you're, if you're taking pictures in the party or whatever. Because that's the thing, most people's pictures usually are the same thing. Dark background, flash in the face, whereas this gets rid of a bit of that kind of rabbit in the headlights glare and actually looks a bit more natural. And it's super quick to boot up. It has slow motion, 240 frames per second. You can do that like, whatever, someone diving in a swimming pool, or as I usually do, just someone going shaky face. So you can choose exactly what point you slow down on.
Do you need those videos?
You don't need them, do you? But they're a lovely bonus to have. And what else can I say quickly? Oh yeah, the front camera on it is actually, for FaceTime and stuff like that, it depends obviously on the quality of the connection. Usually things are a bit slower, but it's actually pretty crispy now. It's almost getting to that kind of, sci-fi level of seeing someone's face properly in real time rather than it just being this like, so rubbish. Like.
Nice.
Nice. Well, do you know what? That was good.
That was a good segment.
As much as I love the Note 4, I've got to say the iPhone 6 Plus does have a slightly better camera than this. It's got a 16 megapixel camera at the back. In the same vein as the 6 Plus, it does do really well in low light. It's got really fast autofocus, which is really handy when you do kind of get into those low light situations. But I think outside is where you're going to get those truly great photographs. So the inside ones aren't as good as the 6 Plus, but you're looking at a great all-round camera. It's got a 3.7 megapixel one at the front, so if you're a fan of selfies, and Samsung chucked in loads of gimmicks as well. So it's got a wide-angle selfie mode, so you can fit everyone else in. I would take one now, but time is tight.
See, I didn't talk about selfies because I'm not really into that sort of thing. So.
Look, I'm just saying some people might be.
Come on.
No, I actually have as well.
Okay. Let's go.
So
Let's go
good,
deeper.
good camera.
So outdoors, indoors. That's what I'm saying.
Don't get me wrong, it does well indoors as well. I don't want to kind of shit on it, but it kind of excels outside.
Excellent. So let's go deeper. Let's go.
Okay.
Processor.
Ooh.
This is the big one.
This is the big one.
The meaty one.
Well, the thing is, it's like that we had that on a specs video. So those things, what it really comes down to is how well does it work. So this has got the A8 and the M8. It's 64-bit architecture. But really, what does that mean? What it means for me is that everything moves like super quickly. There's no lag. I mean, obviously you get things crashing occasionally.
Yeah.
Mostly it seems to be Facebook for some reason. I don't really know why, but that seems to have
Sorted out.
Maybe
Facebook.
you need to update your app.
Sorted out.
But yeah, maybe it needs an update or something. But everything's super quick. Like there's never any kind of delay or anything, and you can have. Obviously, you can't do the split screen like you were saying with the two out there at once. But double tap on the home button, you get all your apps up, and you flick between them. Go load. You can have I don't know, sometimes it's shocking. You come to it and you've like had it for like a week or so, you know, hasn't actually turned off, and you've got like 30, 40 apps that are all open at the same time. There's no lag. So, you know, what really does 64-bit architecture at A8, all that stuff mean? To me, it just means that it's fast, there's no lag.
Super fast.
I don't know, you know,
It's
if
true.
if you look at it compared to other things, maybe it might not be as good on paper, but in terms of usability, fine. What you got, eh? What you got?
Well, my processor is just as fast as your processor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But it crashes all the time.
It does lag a little bit in places, you know, if you're multitasking and sometimes, but I don't think there's any smartphone out there that doesn't, not have that kind of slowdown when you're kind of throwing whatever you are at it, multitasking and stuff. This has got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 805 processor. It's one of the most powerful processors you're going to get out there. Now, in nerd world, that's what a lot of people are going to get really excited about. As Max says, in the real world, what this means is you're just looking at a really fast, powerful phablet. It's got a 2K screen, so, you know, this has got really impressive technology in it. So the fact that the processor is able to put up with the multitasking, a gorgeous screen, kind of pumping all those colours, a fast camera, all these things that allow it to kind of churn along really smooth and nicely, it's all because of this powerful processor.
Okay, it's a good segue into screen.
Yes.
Gives us a
2K.
little bit extra. Keep going, keep it going.
So like I
Straight
said,
into screen.
2K. There's not a lot of phones out there with a 2K screen. What this means is everything's going to be bright, punchy, sharp, you know, pretty much like the line of flagships that you get at the minute. Unless you're kind of a bit pedantic when it comes to pixels, you're not going to really notice a noticeable difference between this and the 6 Plus, for example. But it just means this is a bit more future-proof than, say, the 6 Plus.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Oh, thank you. Yes, the 6 Plus. I mean, that's the thing. I always think with the size of the screen, yeah, it's big compared to your average phone, but still, even if you're, whatever you're watching, even if you're watching Netflix and HD, stuff like that, it's not, you're not going to notice the difference between those, you know, the fact that you've got a 2K. I mean, you might, the colours maybe seem slightly more bright or whatever, but this has got 16 million colours. How many more do you need? Do you know what I mean? Like, I can only name about 7. Right?
The one thing I must kind of give Samsung props for is you can tweak the screen with this. I know, you know, most things it's like brightness, up, down. There's about 5 or 6 different settings that allow you to tweak the kind of different, the heating and the temperature and the ambience, and it also kind of reacts to ambient lighting as well and gives you kind of picks between those different.
You see, I don't like things like that because then I always worry, like, do I have it on the best one? Is it
Like,
going to be
admittedly,
perfect for me?
I don't
just-
really
you're just
use
a
those
simple
features,
guy.
but it's
Yeah,
good
yeah,
to
I like
have.
it. Otherwise, the options, it gives you too much choice. And Apple have decided, they've spent thousands of hours testing, and this is the perfect
And they will tell you
And you're
this
having
is the
it,
right
end
way to
of.
do it.
I suppose that, I mean that is what it comes down to really is customizability or whatever. You know, I will concede that you can't do much with this. This is, you know, as is, like, you know, you can't even alter the way that the background looks or the way that, you know, widgets or anything like that. You get it, and you're either into the Apple infrastructure or you're not. Whereas obviously with that, you can change it completely. You can make it you can make it run MS DOS, can't you? Like, I don't know.
This
Yeah, you can get really nerdy.
This is all
with
very
Android.
polite. I'm
Yeah.
worried it's got a bit too polite.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So
no.
let's go more
iPhone 6
controversial.
Plus for
now.
the win!
Okay,
Battery.
well, I've got...
Let's get battery life. How's that going?
You can last the whole day with this, and
Same.
yeah, but also lightning
right.
cable. You can recharge it to full in probably about 40 minutes.
we
Maybe
brought the
maybe a little
lightning
bit
cable
longer.
out.
Damn, I was
Brought
going
the
to say you
lightning
can
cable
charge
out.
this up to 50% in 30 minutes. So
Yeah, but that is really incredible. You know when you've got
That's
like you
really
can just
good.
steal 20 minutes around your mates' house. So, but you've actually got a chance of using it for like a few hours after leaving. So I'd say that on practical purposes is much better. And
well, this
so
has got
therefore
ultra
we've
power saving mode as well.
I thought we
So
were
you
about
can...
to crown a winner,
Ultra
right?
power
Yeah.
saving.
Ultra power. No, because I haven't brought out his party trick yet. I've got one more thing to say.
one more thing.
Look.
Oh. You got shit on us.
I was expecting more from that, to be honest.
Come on,
Quickly, it's a
that's it.
stylus,
Okay, quickly,
right?
do it.
You can take notes, you can scribble, and this is really precise. You know, you can when you it's got kind of twice as much pressure sensitivity as last time. So when you're tilting, no matter how much pressure you put on the screen, it's all going to kind of react based on how you tilt it, how much pressure
Like
you
a
put on the
graphic-
screen. It's
like a
very
graphics
cool.
tab.
Yeah, man, it's really
I do
clever
have
this time
pretty
round.
fat thumbs and fingers as well. So
And there's loads of apps that they've got to work with it as well. I just named my favourite action memos. Let's say you write down a number or an email address or something. You hit action memo and then you can action it. So it can your email address. You can send an email quickly from that phone number. Quickly ring the phone number based on that scribble. So I'm sorry,
You know
but that final feature
I'm not-
maybe might trump the iPhone 6.
Sum it up. How much it cost?
So it costs bloody loads. Right?
Bloody loads?
So obviously you can get it on various contracts and stuff. Who's buying these outright? If
Cheapest
you are,
one.
Yeah, for
if you are, you
real.
don't care about the price, obviously. Cheapest one is about 500 quid. Don't test me on this.
This cheapest one's $630, I think, for 32 gig.
Right, probably about.
So yours is a bit more expensive.
650.
$619. We're gonna have to come up with a real price, man.
No, it's
Either
fine.
way, that's
Google
just a
it.
little bit more pricey than this one. And this one comes with an SD card and a replaceable
Right,
battery.
okay, but I think we can definitely agree to disagree there. One thing I
we're
would
gonna
say
have
is
to.
I'm not too
I
sure
think
about my
both excellent
champagne
phablets.
gold. But apart from that, though, yeah, I think iPhone 6 Plus is the best phablet on the market right now. Obviously, Lucy would say
I
otherwise.
still think Samsung
Well, I
is
think
bigger, better.
I think we've proven that there's not much in it. It's really down to your personal preference a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
But tell us what you think. Leave us a comment. Let us know which one you like the best, which one you like the least, and let us know why. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Sure.